Masa, Ade.
I told them this song is a Ghanaian that wrote that.
My dear friends and frenemies, how are you doing? I hope you are doing wonderfully fine.
We are here to learn.
Nathaniel Bassey's concert in Ghana has been raising a lot of concerns on social media, and today, of course, George is here to discuss it. Now, if you're not privy to this particular information, relax. So we get to look at the subject that are involved in this and what has been going on. First of all, the person of Sonnie Badu gave a response, or would I say a reaction to this particular situation, and it's just about the person of Nathaniel Bassey and what he had to say when he was having a concert over the weekend at Ghana. This is what Nathaniel Bassey said.
I see new oil fields in Ghana. I see new oil fields. Can I prophesy that in the next 4 to 5 years, psalmists from Ghana will come to Nigeria and do the same thing? That your songs will rise from Ghana to the nations of the earth. As a way of instruction, can I plead with Ghanaian music ministers to write more songs in English? Write more songs in English. I know you love Twi, I know you love your language, but there is an anointing on you. The world needs to hear your song. Do we agree that a river is flowing from Ghana to the nations of the earth? And as I blow my trumpet, let the deep, the fountains of the deep be broken. Let psalmists arise. Let apostles arise. Let scientists arise. Let senators arise. Let engineers arise. Let technocrats arise. Let destinies be open. When you hear every sound of the trumpet is shot.
Now, I don't know if you took your time to listen to that, because even this has been discussed on national news. I don't know if my Nigerian friends who are watching me even know about this. Anyway, some of you know. And what does George have to say about this? Let's look at this on different angles. I, for one, in case for those who are watching me for the first time, I've been in both worlds, Ghana and Nigeria, so I can give you, what I say, my own perspective as someone who has been in Ghana before, understanding the music terrain as well, and this particular conversation. But before I get to say what I have to say, let's listen to what Sonnie Badu had to say in his reaction to what Nathaniel Bassey had said.
Did you hear Nathaniel Bassey say Ghanaian gospel musicians should sing in English?
I did. I watched it. It's trending all over. And I understood what he was trying to say. But I've been around for a very, very, very long time. I have the privilege still in going to Nigeria to minister with Nigerians. And I slightly disagree with that. When it's your time to shine, no matter the language you sing in, you will still shine. We've heard about 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝟑 the South African. Most songs we do listen to from South Africa. Yusindu from Salif Keita and all of those people.
Bassey, he has a Nigerian song we like. We don't understand it.
Bassey intertwines a lot of Nigerian language and English together. So I understood what he was trying to say. What he was trying to say, if you want to invade or go global, then change your language to English so that the world at large can hear you. But I also come from a school of thought, which is you don't necessarily have to sing in English to go over. You know the song Despacito or whatever. You don't even understand what they're saying, that Spanish song, but you enjoy it. Once it's packaged right, and in the Christendom there's something called anointing. Once the oil is on you, no matter what you're singing in, the world will receive it. I've written songs that Americans are singing. Hakuna Wakaita, all these songs I wrote, they sing it. They love it. So
what does it mean though?
There's nobody like Jesus. It's South African Swahili.
Oh, okay.
So for me, once it's your time and you're well packaged, you can get anywhere you need to. What I would advise is this: just as Ghanaians invite a lot of Nigerians to come and grace our occasions, I think that it will be nice for Nigerians to also invite Ghanaians.
But you have been going.
I've been going.
But maybe because you don't sing that much in Twi, do you?
I do. I have songs in Twi, ___, Jesus Casa, and it's global. You go to American churches and they're singing that. So it depends. You see, like I was saying, my friend Tim Gottfried would have a concert in Nigeria and insist that he needs Badu on that. So I'll be there and he'll call me.
Yeah, but your song, Baba, which was a big hit, came across as a global song because it's in English.
Absolutely. So Baba is in Nigeria. The Nigerians normally use Baba as God, you know. Yeah. And then I intertwined it with English. But and that's when they accepted it because it was both
culturally Nigerian.
That. But what I'm trying to hit is this: if the 𝐲𝐿𝐿 are given that same opportunity I had, you know, being recommended and going out there, we will also make that same impact and they will start singing our songs. I was in Nigeria and they were singing "Oh Be Lifted," right? And they didn't know it was emoji. Above all other, they didn't know it was emoji. I told them this song is a Ghanaian that wrote that. So I think that just as we open our arms to Nigerians, both in the secular and gospel, the same thing should happen there.
Now, I hope you took your time to listen to him right there as well. In fact, his interviewer is someone I respect so much. I like the way he asks questions, very intelligently. In fact, when I watched his interview with Dr. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, we are going to look at that maybe sometime in the week. I'm not sure yet, but when I have time, of course, we will dissect it like we do other things here on the platform. Now, I looked at Sonnie Badu's reaction, where he was saying that, okay, he slightly disagrees with the person of Nathaniel Bassey on the ground that, you know, maybe Nigerians should also put Ghanaians on. Anytime we come to this particular conversation between Ghana and Nigeria when it comes to music, it's always as if Ghanaians are always demanding to be put on board, or would I say be also promoted. While this is more like a spiritual conversation, because Nathaniel Bassey was saying that, you know, by prophecy, by the unction, let's try to also have the conversation like you'll be doing in the comment section as well, more spiritually, okay? But without missing the facts when it comes to the realistic view of it. What Nathaniel Bassey say, from my understanding, listening to him critically, is just, number one, first of all, he loves Ghanaian music. Like, for him to be speaking that way, no more, it comes out of love for their music. Just that, to a great extent, he doesn't understand what they say, even though sometimes they might have very wonderful melodies that can take you to cloud nine when it comes to, you know, you being in the spirit. So him talking about that, I would look at it mainly from a marketing point of view, or would I say the point of view of, you know, reaching out to more audience. Now I know music itself is a language on its own. It's not just about the language you speak, but in its way, it communicates, because it sounds mixture right there as well with words and all that. So it's a very, I wouldn't say complex, but it's a combination of different things to come with a unique language or unique sound. It's one thing to have a sound which might be, let's say, a particular beat, whether it's, you know, the gospel beat or Afro beat or more piano or Afrofusion or something. But when it comes to its combination itself with the, you know, the melody and the wordings as well, it becomes a language on its own. Number two, you have to know is that Nathaniel Bassey was saying, from what I heard clearly, is that he's not saying that Ghanaians should stop singing in Twi, because just like Nigerians, in Nigeria, the popular language anyone would speak anywhere would be like Pidgin English, which is very much popular compared to our own local dialect. In Ghana, what is popular, like how you have Pidgin English, is Twi. Twi has more stronger value, or would I say stronger representation, than even the Pidgin English self. Me too, so me I live for Ghana, me I come. Right? This is not what I tell you be fact. And also note that Nathaniel said that Ghanaians are also anointed. So all of what he was saying there was coming out of love. Was it a download from the atmosphere, or was it just his observation being in Ghana? Now note as well, this is him filling up a stadium in Ghana, and he's wishing the same thing for Ghanaians to be able to headline a particular event or organize an event in Nigeria and feel it up. Think about that. But most of the times when a big concert is being held anywhere in Africa, to a great extent, there has to be 1 or 2 Nigerians there. The songs that get to make it out of Nigeria most times as well, Nathaniel himself, being someone experienced in the industry, also has a blend of English to a great extent. Was Nathaniel Bassey right in what he said? 1, it came from a point of advice. 2, he came from a point of instruction, but he asked for permission as a word of instruction as well, maybe as he was getting to download spiritually inspired, because as someone that loves others, as someone that loves his brothers in the industry, he would also want them to be able to pull off the same thing in Nigeria, so that also he would be there to, you know, see how Ghanaian music, not just Ghanaian music, or would I say Ghanaian artists, gospel artists, also make the waves like him. That is out of love. I don't see it to be more of like a very controversial issue, even though it's been taken overboard from the conversations I've seen happen on this particular subject. So Sonnie Badu, of course, to an extent, is also right in his way. But again, I'm trying as much as possible not to go overboard by really exemplifying secular artists, but let's stay within the sphere of gospel artists. In Ghana, when it comes to gospel music, those who sing in Twi, I've been there, I've lived there for years. Even when you're on the radio station, most times what you hear is Twi. Hey, Masa, Ade. So, me, myself, probably being a foreigner over there, the main thing you have to understand is that, and like I always tell you here, attention is currency. If you're running a radio station, and you know that the majority of the masses are more acclimatized to Twi, what you play in your station is Twi gospel songs. Except for maybe stations that are more globalized, or maybe Joy FM or something, probably you can play something in English. But many of the locals right there get to, you know, promote more Twi songs when it comes to majority. So what point am I trying to make right here? If your song in your own home country in English is not big in your own home country, it might be difficult for it to be global. People will talk about, let's say, in Nigeria, I still have to use this example, because when I watch the videos of the conversation, they always bring up people like Ashake and all that. You have to understand that, first of all, your song has to be big in your home country to a great extent, maybe have that acceptability for it to maybe become, you know, a very much of a global export, because based on the streaming of the songs as well, to a great extent, it helps with that. But ask yourself, many of the songs that are big in Ghana, what language are they big in? Are they big in English? Even Sonnie Badu himself talked about his song, Baba O, that particular song. Baba has a very strong connotation with Nigeria when it comes to how, you know, God is being referred to as Baba. So it had that blend, and it was an intelligent articulation from him when he made the song, which is of course very much global. Think about the most global songs, gospel songs that come out of Africa. One of them is the one of Sinach, Rainmaker, Miracle Worker, and also a couple of others as well, even though last time we talked about that particular one as well. It's also possible that now there are situations whereby if I want to look at like maybe secular music or something, I see 𝐻𝐻𝚘𝚘𝚘 filling out stadiums in Brazil and other countries when it comes to real like Afrobeats, taking after his father and all that. You ask yourself a question, how come maybe most Nigerians don't get to pop his songs like that, but he does live band in other countries and, you know, fills out venues and all that? Just to show you, that's to show you the other side of music. It's not just all about the language, because language may not really be that much of a barrier, I would say, but when it comes to the marketability of that as well, it's acceptability and all that, to a great extent as well, language would play a good role. For an artist to successfully host an event, maybe a concert in another country, to a great extent there has to be good promotion and also the acceptability of the person's sound, or would I say the person's song. And concerts are even more electrifying, communal, when the song that is being sung by the artist can also be sung by those who are in the audience. So if you look at it logically, if a Ghanaian artist who probably sings more in Twi comes to Nigeria, how would you be able to, you know, get the crowd in the atmosphere, tune into your own melody when they don't understand what you are singing? And also as well from your streams. There's a lot of work that goes into music promotion and then also building attention. It is not easy, I would say. Ask those in the music business, they would explain to you, because one thing is you making the song, two is for it to get into the waves. Before you even start talking about shows and all that, your song has to be in the waves. And if your songs are not in the waves of people's ears who are listening and asking, who is this person and all that, how would you even get the invitations for you to go and perform your song somewhere? Because those you are going to perform the song to a great extent, should be able to understand and rhyme with you as well on that particular song you are rendering. So I think Nathaniel Bassey has a point with that. But you could tell me what you think in the comment. Till I see you next time.